Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Javelin here from Shutdown, and we've got our buddy Frank, the Blockbuster guy. His channel will be in the description. Today, we're gonna talk about Digimon Tri. If you didn't know, that actually came out a few days ago, and they really didn't, kind of emphasize the fact that this is coming out. I actually just found out with an IGN video, and we're gonna kind of give our first impressions about the first 4 episodes that came out there. So, say hi, Frank.
Thanks for having me, Javelin.
Alright, so let's see. First, let's try to jump on kind of the premise and the conception of that show. Like, what do you think about how they kind of brought this up to us?
It was kind of a confusion, honestly, when you look at it all together. At first, they announced it's alright, guys, we're gonna have a special anniversary high school anime, like a slice of life drama. Which I'm like, alright, hell yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then we find out it's gonna be like a multi-parter movie instead. I'm like, no! I don't know how they can fit that in the movie.
Right?
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's back to an anime. And 4 episodes are posted right now.
Well,
I'm like, what?
they kind of kept their word a little bit. Technically, if you put them all together, it's kind of movie length this, but they did an episodic format. So it's kind of working out. I don't remember them saying that they'd make it like a slice of life high school drama. They just said they're just bringing back Digimon. That's all they said.
Right, but it's just high school format.
Yeah, well, no, that they were going to be in high school. Now it's going to be high school format because they were in high school. And actually, were they in high school? Yeah, they were in high school in Digimon Season 2, Adventure 2. So, and this is 1 year after Adventure. They kind of don't tell us that much, except Kari mentions it one time in one of the episodes. So, according to when they introduced the show, it was 6 years after the first season, not the second season, which kind of confuses us a little bit. And they kind of emphasize that again, how this is 1 year after the second season.
Right.
Yeah, so
you see the confusion right there off the bat.
Yeah. But no, let's kind of jump on to kind of how they took care of the plot, though, with this, because it's taken a somewhat interesting route. It's given me like a Season 3-ish, Season 5 vibe here with kind of Digimon invading the real world and kind of small controlled attacks.
I was also thinking about how they did in Season 1 a little bit. Like, how that, near midway of Season 1, let's see, Ionismon and his crew just invaded the real world for a short time and took over. But
Yeah.
this is more
Random attacks.
Random / it's slowed out.
Yeah. Like I said, kind of like Season 3, because in Season 3, they just kind of entered randomly, and, Tamer just kind of took them out. Actually, it was the same exact thing in Season 5, until the Raider arc plot kicked in for those type of things. So, I really liked the way they did those kind of real-world aspects, kind of keeping Digimon a secret in those 2 seasons. So, I like how they brought it back into those ones. And they even brought kind of like the whole political / diminished, what's the word here that I'm trying to think of? Discrimination. There you go. Discrimination facts with that, where everybody kind of hates all Digimon in general now because of the damage they're causing, and the Digidestined are kind of getting pissed off about that, because not all the Digimon are evil, just ones that are breaking down buildings and shit.
Right, they never really brought this up in the first 2 seasons at all, because the first time we ever see the Digimon in the real world, it's like when time went back to the real world for a short time, and you see how was it Ogremon that was flashing throughout the whole
but
city.
He was there, but not really.
Right,
there.
and then when you look at the origins, when Tai first met an Agumon that got in a fight with this big Parrotmon, they kind of knew about the damage, but they thought it was just monsters. And then we finally go to when the Digimon actually invaded the real world. No one really discriminated on that. No one hated it. We never saw anything like that, even afterwards.
It took some convincing a little bit from the parent aspects, but they kind of just rolled with it, though.
Right.
It wasn't any mass pandemic. Like, what are these things? What's going on? No, giant monsters are attacking. Business as usual, guys. We might die, but it's okay. These kids will save the world. That's pretty much what happened. Whereas in other seasons, they took it a lot better. Whereas, in Season 3, it was still kind of similar, but they had to hide their Digimon very well into that one. And there was a lot to do with that. And kind of similar in Season 5, too, where it was a lot easier when they just put them in their phones or Digivices or whatever the hell they had.
Right, the DGSs practically work for the government, and like
Yeah,
they had to do it damage control.
which they are actually adapting a lot of those type of
Ah,
circumstances in this season too.
yeah, I can see a lot of the aspects of it.
Oh yeah, so they're doing pretty nice with that. Like at one point, Izzy even figured out a way to put their Digimon in the computer and the TV screen, and just upload them to the internet, which is similar to how it was in previous seasons. So that's pretty nice how they kind of incorporate that to make things make more sense into a real world aspect, which is
Right, they
nice.
bring a lot of tech, even in the goggles now.
Oh yeah, he put some tech in the goggles to help them see like distortions in space and things like that, which was interesting. Don't know how he did it, but I'm not gonna ask questions. It's fine. Izzy knows what he's doing.
Right, so like in terms of like the main plot in general, what's going on? Like they're basically the main Digijestic crew from Adventure One.
Yeah,
They're in high school now,
with the
and they're going
government.
through yeah, like with the government secretly inside there. We don't know yet, but they're
Yeah,
living out their everyday lives,
yeah,
and like all of a sudden, Digimon are starting to pop up out of nowhere, and Tide begins to notice this.
exactly. And the government, how they're playing in this, they're kind of doing sort of like a I'm gonna probably go back to season 3 and season 5 a lot for this, just because it's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's very similar kind of plot structured wise for those. But how the government was in season 3 is that they just hated all Digimon. They're just kind of tracking them down, destroying them, trying to make sure they have no contact with the real world. In season 5, they kind of just, what did they capture Digimon, or kind of like just capture them and send them back? Can't really remember how it went in season
A little
5.
bit of both, because in season three they straight up destroyed them.
Yeah, they said just demolished them. In season 5, they were a little more less prejudice, in that
Right.
terms. Whereas in
So
this season,
yeah,
they stop small threats they've set on screen, but when full ass Kawagamon comes through, they can't do shit about that, and they need to rely on the Digidestin, which they tracked them down. They know where the Digimon are. Like they have it all under wraps thanks to Genai apparently, who gives them all the information about Digimon.
right. Like once they're all assembled, they start having their group meetings about what to do, what's going on with the Digimon, like all these strange things going on, and they're trying to figure out what to do. Ty is having his issues. Matt is getting defensive with the criticism being said to the Digimon. There's a whole sorts of problems going on between the main characters at this moment because it's a high
Yeah,
school life. There
there's
has to be drama.
there's a little too much teenage angst though going on, like especially between Matt and Ty. I'm sitting here, you guys are fighting over literally nothing, and oh man, just what they did in the first four episodes of that, I don't know, they drug it out a little too much, like with their teenage angst and stuff. And
Right.
towards the end, how they kind of sort of quote unquote resolve their issues, like Ty was kind of sitting there watching people. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to fight or not because he doesn't want to make people's opinion of Digimon worse, but at that point you can't really help it because buildings are getting destroyed. People are going to get killed if you don't do something about it,
Right. At the
which is
same time, he's having that confliction. Oh crap! If I fight, this place will get destroyed practically, and it's all my fault.
exactly. So
That's his
it's,
mentality at stopping Ty.
yeah, which is pretty weird, but he sort of resolves it because at the end, they fight some Digimon. They kind of get their asses handed to them. Matt and Ty do. Everybody else just beats their Digimon, and then towards the end, motherfucking Alphamon appears out of nowhere and just starts wrecking everybody towards the end of that. And that was just crazy because this man is the leader of the Royal Knights here, and a Mega level. Actually, he might even be considered above Mega, just how strong he is.
And like pretty much they're getting completely destroyed. And
Yes,
I'm surprised they're not getting KO'd completely because of how strong he is. I get that the Digidestins have their Digimon, they get a slight boost in their average power, that they can tank a lot of these type of hits. But an average Digimon, especially at a champion level, would get
get,
utterly squashed.
yeah, would like just one hit completely knock them out. Like it
Right.
was pretty crazy. And the fact that the way they kind of pulled off how to fight him, like Matt and Ty, once they resolved their differences, kind of, Agumon and Gavumon slowly started digivolving through their stages to attack them, which doesn't really make sense because, they eventually, got to the Mega level to fight. But normally with, Season 1 at least, they don't have the ability to go into Mega without warping. Like, they've never actually gone from Ultimate to Mega. It was just, straight from Rookie to Mega with Warp Digivolution. So that kind
Right.
of threw me off a bit. Unless maybe I'm forgetting some small detail, from the first season, because there's a lot of episodes, so I don't remember everything. But that's just not, what was happening last time, which threw me off. But what can you do? Omnimon eventually came out, with little explanation, but they still did it. And he was somehow able to drive off Alphamon. I feel like that fight could have gone a bit, better, because Alphamon, I feel like it just might be a bit stronger than Omnimon, but, plot armor saves the day, and Omniman was able to drive him off. At the same time, that ending Supreme Cannon, man, come on. He should have killed Alphamon at that point. He just sat there for like a clean 5 minutes waiting for Alphamon just to leave.
I mean, it looked like Alphamon was letting him take the, like letting Onion give him the blows. Like I don't think Alphamon was really trying at all, like this entire time.
Well, from what I was seeing, he was going blow for blow. He was going for hits, and Omnimon was taking damage. I saw that.
Threw it up. Like, if Onion is technically considered the replacement temporary leader for Alphamon, you have to suspect how powerful Alphamon is. But then again, that's comparing Alphamon to a regular Onion. This is the Digidestined Onion.
Yeah,
massive extra
to
stats.
The Royal Knights side of things, where the Royal Knights, Omnimon technically is leader when Alphamon's not around.
Right.
Yeah, but again, that's not technically their Omnimon probably isn't the Royal Knights Omnimon, so we don't even know what's going on with him because we've only ever seen Royal Knight interactions in season 4, and besides that, I think maybe Digimon X Evolution. They've probably done it in the games here and there, but
definitely in the games and the the games and the card games and all that other type of stuff in general. Like,
yeah,
they mostly reference that a lot.
But they rarely talk about the Royal Knights, only in Season 4. And even with that, Royal Knights were just antagonists for the most part, and they only showed two of the obscure ones anyway.
Right, and so Alphamon and Kuwabamon's actual goal was to chase this one Digimon, this cat Digimon, which I cannot remember his name. Do you remember the name of the girl and her cat Digimon?
I do not. They're just brand new just in the last 5 minutes. Well, not really. She was introduced before, but she's just, just not that impressionable. She was kind of the standard classes character, shy, That's all there really is to it right now. And you can tell she's got a thing for Tai, that's for sure.
I mean, she has the hots for a main character. I mean,
but at that point, they're kind of making the whole angst thingy easier because, Sora's split between Tai or Matt. According to Season 2, though, she's going to choose Matt, sadly for Tai. But
Tai resolved that. He got over it. He moved on. He accepted it.
Exactly.
But apparently, it looks like he has it now. But then again, that changes as you get older.
No, that's because in Season 2, they did a time skip to like when he was already an adult, so that part didn't matter anymore. But he never, during the course of him actually being in school, he didn't get over it. They never showed him get over it off screen. I mean, on screen.
No. I could have sworn he I'm pretty sure that he kind of accepted the fact that they're together because there were some hints in mid-season 2 of Adventure. Like, it kind of felt implied that he's done with that issues. He accepts it. Like, he's more friendly towards Sora and Matt.
Which, he was. I mean, in this one, how they showed it, it's not like there was any big problems between them. He understood what was going on. He's not going to stop them.
Yeah, and then,
so he's letting it happen, It's whatever to him.
Oh, okay, so the girl's name is Miko Michusi? I can't pronounce her last name, just Miko. Yeah, and her partner is Mechromon. Or
okay.
Mekwamon.
Whatever.
Pronunciations, I'm sorry.
We'll learn it eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, that cat thing. So there was some backdoor, plot going on with that cat, because you see there's another Digimon behind the cat doing something to it, like some type of mind control or something. What would it look like anyway? While Alphamon was attacking.
The one with the cape, right? The red cape?
Yeah, that weird looking Digimon.
It reminded me of a Reapermon a little bit.
Yeah. We'll figure out what it is eventually, but just some type of mind control or some type of thing it was doing to the cat back there. So we'll probably figure out why the cat was being attacked by, Alphamon, probably next episode we get, which I believe is coming out in March, so we'll see what's going on with that, which, basically didn't give us too much plot. We just kind of got,
we got hints.
Yeah, we got hints and setups.
We got a little taste.
Yeah, which is, fine for now. So let's kind of move along to how they did the characters.
The characters.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with our natural leader. Let's look at Taichi Maltamiya, or how do you pronounce his last name?
Shit. They said it so many times, I cannot remember. But I'm just gonna call him Tai. That's all he is.
It's Tai Kamiya. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kamiya. There you go, Maltamiya. You threw me.
So Taichi Kamiya. I was thinking about Davis for a second. Fuck.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. we'll have to cut that out. So it's
Nah,
Tai
it's fine.
Mia.
Oh man, so yeah, it's Ty Kamiya anyway. But we're talking about Ty real quick. He's for the most part, nothing's really too different about him. Too much angst on his part in this episode. Like Jesus,
Right. It got me confused of how he's having so much conflictions inside of him. Like it's kind of
it's pretty
wow.
black and white situation he's in, but he's having way too many problems. Kind of understanding what to do, which is I can understand why Matt's pissed off at him. Like there's
Right.
clearly one option to do, and he's like, "Oh, but we may hurt people or may make people hate them and blah blah blah." He needs to calm down. Too much of that.
Right, because like that, he had his concerns stuff like that when he was younger, but it didn't really fully affect him. I guess until now, since I guess because he's aging a lot, he's starting to see more things in general.
Yeah, which is was something they did say because Matt said everybody's kind of stayed the same, but Ty's changed.
Right, and it's like, oh man,
We'll see something. They'll probably develop that a little bit more coming through. And Matt's, like they said, most of the characters all stayed the same, and except for like what Izzy and Mimi and all that. The jokes they're doing with the shipping with all these characters is pretty funny though. I'm not
right.
gonna lie.
Like one thing that got me pretty surprised is you look at Joe, and you would think like since he was always ahead of people when it came to school, like he was always hard on those exams, he would be doing well. He's actually failing right now,
Nah, but he
which
always was doing that. If you look in every time they shown Joe take a test, he's always panicking, having issues with that. Even in the movie, like the Our War Games movie, where they couldn't get to Joe at all because he was in the middle of a test and freaking out during it. So
actually it does make sense.
it's been a
And
running gag for Joe to have issues in
but
school the
now
whole time.
it's like a main plot point for Joe because you see like each episode he's starting to struggle more and more that he's on the verge of failing, and it's starting to weigh its toll on him. He's not even getting involved in the battles because that's how
Yeah, he's
bad it is right
ignored
now.
it. Yeah,
Like,
twice, which
oh
that's pretty
man,
crazy.
it is.
So we're probably gonna have a big episode or something about Joe overcoming his issues with that and then assisting them because I can see them missing a lot of power with Joe because you got Zudomon and shit like that. I'm pretty sure
Right.
Zudomon's pretty powerful in terms of the ultimate level anyway.
And then look at Sora and like I saw like the main things they've done with her was just the whole love triangle thing for most of this for the 4 episodes. Like,
It's pretty much
should
all
I
she's
go
there
to the
for right now.
soccer game or should I go to the band where my boyfriend's at? It's like these
She said she
conflictions.
was gonna go to both. She was trying to.
She was trying to figure that out.
Yeah, and she
Like,
called Izzy for that.
yeah, like I mean, I got a good laugh out of that, but at the same time, like, oh my goodness,
Yeah, so they got that love triangle going on. They've got Izzy. We find
he's
out that
doing
Izzy's
good.
got the hots for what Mimi now, which is pretty funny. They make too many jokes about that, but I don't mind them at all.
Yeah, like they kind of hinted at the possibility of Izzy and Mimi. At the same time, also possibly hinted about Joe and Mimi.
Yeah, they've
It
done
was
it both.
obscure.
But they threw it
And
out
it
in
was
this one because Joe is taken in this one apparently.
supposedly.
To everyone's dismay, they couldn't believe it. But yeah, so they kind of threw out the option for Joe in this one, unless they're gonna do some scandal or something, which I don't think they have
I
the
mean, who
balls
knows,
to.
man? We could have a love triangle.
I doubt it.
I mean, a lot of this show in general is a massive fan service in general to all the fans. And
Yeah, I feel like they're
you
focusing a little too much on the high school aspect and just the
aspect.
tropes.
Well, of
But
course. I mean, you got Ty having his angsty problems. You have Matt being very aggressive. Sora's conflicted about who to go for. You got like freaking Joe who's failing in college. You got Izzy worrying about fashion.
well,
You
Joe's
got
not in college yet. He's
I
still
mean, oh
he's a
no, worrying
senior.
about getting to college.
Yeah.
And then you got like Mimi's like chilling in America, where she's gonna come back to Japan to hang out with her bros. And that's what. Well, you got TK and Kyrie just Kari
Yeah.
doing their thing, like TK and Kyrie doing their thing in middle school, and that's it. Like it's the high school experience, man.
Yeah, they pretty much have literally every trope you could probably get. I'm used to the dub, so when they first brought back Kari, and every other word out of her mouth was Oni-chan, that was so irking to me. I did not want to hear that shit. But
Just to 'em.
what can you do? And like the like quote unquote like implied yaoi for the girls with like the tie and the mat looking deeply into each other's eyes for like a good 5 minutes of one of the episodes. And the whole TK thing too with Matt, I'm like, oh geez, what are they doing?
There's always been a lot of hinting of Ty and Matt. Like they've had so much of a draw. Like, you know what I mean? That could.
It's just small jokes here and there, and it's not even like it's like accidental stuff that happened in the first season. People just roll with it way too much.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I almost thought they were gonna fight, like legitly fist fight, because like whenever they
Oh,
get
they
into
were.
problems, like straight up punch you, punch me, we'll go
Yeah,
sliding
they
down
done that
like a
before.
hill and just fight.
Yeah, they've
Like
done
for
it
this,
in the first
no,
season.
I'm talking about this one right now, like how they did before.
Yeah, so I'm sort of stopped them though. They were about to.
They should have, man. That's the only way to get rid of their attention.
Of course, of course. All right, so let's move along to like how we thought about the animation then.
But wait, you're missing one important character. You're forgetting
Ooh,
Nico.
she doesn't. She had no development at all. She's just there, a trope character. We don't even know anything about her yet, so we can't even talk to her. All we know that she's super shy and she probably has the hots for Ty. That's literally all there is.
Hey man, she could be Joe's girlfriend for all you know, man. You don't know, man.
Yeah, sure, that'll be the day. Anyway, what do you think about how the actual animation was for the show?
I like a lot of how the visuals, like for a lot of the Digimon, like the rookie forms, look amazing. I like how they look. The character designs of the characters, mixed feelings on some of the designs.
Yeah, like the I feel like they kind of got lazy with the animation here and there. Like, but what can you do? Especially with the transformation sequences. God, I did not like them. Maybe it's just I'm too trapped in the past, for the first couple seasons. But I just did not like the animation for the most part out there. They had some moments where it was pretty nice looking, but I don't feel like the effort was kind of, spaced out through the entirety of it. Which honestly, at this point, the anime industry's kind of standard animation has kind of been challenged. If you don't already know, if you look at like compare it to a show like One Punch Man, that show has gorgeous animation, and you think they're pouring all the money in the world to get the animation top notch. They're actually using a standard animation budget, nothing special on that. It's just that the people working on the project are so passionate about it that they're putting all that effort in.
Right. I mean, this
So
is toy animation. It's not like the first time they've kind of cheapened out. Not cheapened out, but haven't put the maximum quality in their animations at times.
yeah, which is disappointing, especially for a show as big as Digimon. I mean, come on, guys. You're gonna make a somewhat serious version, at least what it feels like. You're trying to do a serious version of Digimon here. At least put the effort to make it look like it too, because some animations just do not link up. Everything looks kind of derpy at some points, little hiccups here and there. And
Right.
I'm just not a fan of the transformation sequence. They just don't look good at all. I could do without them completely.
I like the Digivolutions. They look good. It like the 3D part, like it's okay. Like it's not terrible. It just doesn't feel fitting. It doesn't fit with it.
Yeah,
And like everything else, like
like
looks
personally,
good in
season
terms of the
three
other.
had better animation with their digivolving, like
Right.
way better. But
Like
what can you? Oh, season four too. But yeah. Anyway, I prefer any other seasons Digivolutions aside from maybe season five compared to this one. Season five is probably like on the same tier level as like it's. I don't hate it as much. I'm not throwing up from it, but it could be better.
right. And then when you after the evolution, they look awesome. It's
Yeah.
just one thing I will have a gripe. I do not like it when they skip the evolution. Like when you see like off screen they digivolves. Like why don't they announce it? Why don't they digivolve? I
They
understand
have
for
to squeeze
time
it in.
constraints and then
Yeah.
moving on the plot, but like if this is the first time in the particular show they're gonna show off that transformation, it has to have the evolution that can be showed off. Like, because what got me a little annoyed is that all right, we see Agumon go straight into Greymon, then off screen go into Meadow Greymon, then off screen it's War Greymon, and same thing with Garurumon, and onwards, and then we get the polymerization slash fusion how do they call that fusion?
DNA Digivolution.
There you go. They have the DNA Digivolution, and that looks really cool. I liked how they did it in this one compared to how they done it previously because it looks more magical. But
Yeah, but what can you do, man? It's just there's some things. I obviously they cut corners when it comes to animation to trying to have this come around. I don't know what issues they're having in their studio for animation because the whole changing between a movie and show, and now it's movie episode show in the animation
right,
how it goes. But what can you do? At
that
least
could be one
we
of the
got it.
problems. You're right. That could be actually one of the problems.
Yeah, it could be some issue with production quality stuff like that. But moving along, we talk about the animation here. They have the music too. Honestly, I can't say much about the music. It wasn't anything super memorable. To be honest, I'm too hung up on the English dub soundtrack. That was amazing for the first what four seasons. That was the English dub soundtrack might have been separate from Japanese. I think. I know at least for the first two seasons, they'll separate in three seasons. I think, and
The
I
first
just
season.
really loved. Huh?
The fourth season, I believe they started actually taking the music more seriously. Like they actually did their own renditions of the intro.
Yeah, because
And
the English. I mean, I don't know. I know the first five seasons all had English sung intro. I'm not sure about the sixth and seventh because I didn't really watch those. Digimon Fusion, but
right,
I know at least the first three seasons all had the Digimon Digital Monsters thing, which is English original.
right. Well, that was reasons because I guess because of localization that was also it was Fox Kids, mind you.
Yeah, make it more accessible.
Right, like a lot of animes back then that were aimed for children that were brought to the West didn't use the Japanese music. Well, not just because they had to for localization reasons, but like I guess like sometimes some companies won't let them. Like look how Toei Animation let Dragon Ball use, well, not Dragon Ball, Funimation used the Japanese soundtrack at first, but that's
Yeah,
how it's spoken. But like that's off topic. The point is, for me, I liked the music they used for Try right now. Like I felt very nostalgic because for me, I grew up on the English dub music, just like Javelin. But when I went to high school, I started listening more. Than I found out about the Japanese music, and like you find out things like the Adventure theme, Braveheart, and like I really love the remixes they've done for this. It felt massive when it came to the fan service. And I'm kind of hoping when they actually do one day the English dub, I'm wondering will they use the Japanese music or will they use the original music for the Americans?
I
I mean,
hope
the
they
American
make
dub.
original. I really hope they make some original music because it's too. If they're trying to make this feel as nostalgic as possible for the English side of things, people over here in the West, that song is iconic. It is way too much. The soundtrack, they made the soundtrack to match the song. Everything was just too well done, too much effort put into that for them to not, bring it back to give us that full nostalgic feeling,
But I'm
this
not
season.
gonna lie. I loved songs like Hey Digimon, Hey Digimon. As a kid, when I look at it now, I still like it, but I feel kind of embarrassed that that's the song. But
Yeah,
like
but that wasn't
songs
the
like
only
the
thing they had
right,
though.
right, like songs like the orchestrated music they had, like
Yeah,
I like if you look at the Digimon American movie, look at how they did the soundtrack. Like they had their main songs that had no lyrics, and they orchestrated the heck out of them, and it
which sounded
was
amazing.
really well done. Like I really recommend you look up
Oh,
the
I know this
orchestrated
thing. I've
music
seen it. I will heard it. It's
for
so
this like
amazing and such high
nostalgic.
quality.
Right, like if they use anything, they should try to use some of that music.
Yeah, if they use that
And
music, I'd be happy. If they change everything else but leave that super orchestrated, bum 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 stuff on it, that is all I ask for. I'd
right,
be
because like
satisfied.
appealing to both sides, like it can be done.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how things go in music. It's not too much to talk about with that, at least for my side of things. But it wasn't terrible music, but nothing that is real impactful on me either way. All right, so let's see. So let's try to bring like an overall like a pros and cons. Things that we liked or just did not like at all about the show. Kind of throw them at me, Frank.
all right. So let's start off with off the bat. Where are the Adventure 2 characters? I understand that this is mostly aimed towards Adventure 1 characters, but Adventure 2 established, characters like Davis, Daisuke, Matamiya. You got freaking Yoli, Cody, Ken, and the other various Digidestineds around the world, which they didn't really matter. They were just on the side,
Yeah,
and it's like okay, I get that they're not gonna show them, but if the four main characters from Adventure Two, aside from TK and Kari, live in the exact same town and go in the exact same school,
they should at
like
least have some screen time.
at least looking at the screen, like, oh my god, what's going on? Or like, why are they not at the meetings? Like the DigiDestined meetings. Last time I checked, Davis was the leader of the main squad because Ty passed leadership down to him.
Yeah, which honestly, at that point, and the way season two ended, I'm pretty sure, unless it's just a completely branched off timeline from how season two actually ended, which it could be, because I'm pretty sure the season two ended with the fact that Digimon started becoming just a universal property. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering now, where everybody knew about Digimon. Everybody pretty much had a Digimon, unless I was like just time skip knowledge there for future reference. So I'm pretty sure Vmon, and all of the Generation 2 Digimon should still be able to access the human world no problem. Whereas only, the first couples. The first season, Digimon couldn't.
Well, the thing is, you look at how the end of Adventure 2, like, when they defeated Myotismon again, it was like basically every Digidestined around the world. And,
Yeah,
there are various, like, massive amount of them. And in the way how things are set up, more people were becoming Digidestined, like getting Digimon.
like our new
Like,
girl in this season.
right, like, especially look at the little kids that had the little spores in them. They all became Digidestined.
That's
Like,
true.
Digimon became a more common thing. Like, at this
Now, this
point,
is still true though in this season because remember, TK was on the computer. He put an all call, distress message to every Digidestin who's around the world. So he is still in contact and they do exist. Just that our main issue is the season 2 characters that were very important. And, like I said, Davis is a leader. Where
he
is
lives
he?
nearby Kari. Like, where the
Yeah,
flip is he? He's like literally a neighbor.
exactly. So that's something that they just need to address. It's fine that, they did give us enough hints, that the digestion are still there. They're still a thing. Just that what happened to our main cast. But I know they're not important anymore, but they at least let us know where they are, give them some screen time. Which I just missaw that, but I'm pretty sure Ty had some like dream in episode 1 about that team of digestion getting taken down in the digital world. Because if you see, they dropped a D3, and it looked like it might have been Davis's D3 who got dropped. So Davis might be in the digital world and is captured or taken down.
Well, not just Davis. Like, it could be Davis and other
Yoli
Digest,
and
or it could be the other main crew. Like,
yeah, because
it would
we have
explain why they're not there.
yeah, because right now we're missing what Davis, Ken, Yoli, and Cody, right? Yeah.
Right. And it's like, here's where I get confused. Like, all right, if that's supposedly them, why isn't anyone else mentioning them? Why isn't anyone aware they haven't been there for who knows how many days? Because
Yeah, technically it's
like
their job to protect the world at this point.
right, especially when the world's in danger, they're sending messages to everyone. But yet, if they're missing, you would think like
That's the
TK and
important
Kari,
plot point.
specifically those two, would be very worried because those are their teammates, their best friends,
Yeah.
and like it makes no sense. Where are they?
Just for, plot, we want to focus on season 1. We're just going to completely throw them out and ignore them completely. Even though they Kari in this one, I understand it was a different timeline, then that's fine as all. But TK and Kari both have D3s. So clearly the events of season 2 did happen. So these were these people.
Well, it's not just that. Like Adventure Two, like characters, they did make appearances. Didn't they also make appearances in like the first show, like the movie wise, like the original Japanese first movie when the cyber, well, not cyber.
Yeah, when Akari and Tai first met in Agumon, I can vaguely remember. I don't think they were in that one. They were in the second one, our War Games, because there
Right.
were scenes where the Yoli and I think possibly Davis too were watching the fight on the computers, and that they actually said the reason why they were even chosen to become Digest in the first place is because they saw that fight happen on the internet.
And you know how many people around the world, like
And
kid wise, have seen that.
and they
Close enough
all,
to
I'm
make them
pretty sure
mad.
90% of them all became Digidestin too. That's
To
why
make
they have
that,
such a big network.
yeah, it's a Digidestined social network. But yeah, like there was enough Digidestined to make Diaboromon lag. Like in so many messages around the world hit
Well,
him
no,
hard.
those weren't Digidestin.
Well, just
That
kids.
that
I
was
mean,
in our
like,
war game. Yeah, just kids. Just they were
in
just doing it
general,
because Izzy, contacted them.
which a lot of them did become Digidestined.
True that. True that.
But it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, so that's a giant issue here. For the most part,
No,
though, I like they're giving a good amount of nostalgia, a good amount of references there. It makes me feel real good to watch this show, but despite the things that I don't like about it, it still outweighs the fact that this is still a really nice thing to watch.
right, like the fact that they did this, especially for a TV show instead of a movie, I am very happy about that.
Well,
Because,
they're releasing it in movie format. They're just gonna release like 4 episodes at a time.
right, but like in general, like, could you imagine this as like a 4 to 6 part movie series? They got
Yeah,
every few years just to get
no, they
another
wouldn't do
part.
it.
Like,
They would not do every few years. They'd release it every few months like they're doing now. It would be too ridiculous if they did it like that.
but like how long it would take? I mean, like let's look at another
They do
series
it at
that
the same
actually
time.
does that. Look at Neon Genesis Evangelion. Look how they're doing their retelling of the series as a movie, and well, it's mostly a reboot. It's been nearly 10 years. They still haven't finished their 4-parter series.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't even
like
know.
some companies that do that can take on very long time. And who's to say how long this show would take? But at the same time, if it's gonna be a slice of life drama high school show, I don't really feel that that would work for the movie, just specifically just for Digimon though.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that could happen, and you can't do that in 2 hours.
All right, but yeah, let's try to wrap things up. I believe we're going on for like almost like 30, 40 minutes here. So, what do
Oh,
you think that our expectations are? What do you think your expectations are for the rest of this series? Though? What do you think is kind of what are you expecting to happen, sort of, or how you feel about it?
hmm. I feel that I want to see them wrap this up like the adventure. Like I want them to tie in like towards the end of Adventure 2 and maybe go further beyond possibly. Like make so many like a setup or something like that. Like and show off all the other characters at the least. Like bring them.
Yeah. I feel like they should kind of delve deeper into the lore of Digimon because they have not delved into the actual lore besides like maybe actually yeah every season besides season 3, 4, and 5 all actually talked about how Digimon created the lore behind it, the Royal Knights, what's going on with them. Season 1 and 2 completely ignores the lore and just deals with whatever's up front with that. They didn't talk about anything else like that. They focus on the kids, which I can understand why, but those seasons did that way better than the first two. So I want them to incorporate aspects from the other seasons while still keeping it true to the original. And yes, we need to see the other characters from season 2 as well. It needs to
Right.
happen.
And there's actually there's two other things I actually really want them to try to answer because there were a lot of unanswered questions from Adventure 1 and 2. And like one of the main ones is that you remember in season 1, like when when Matt ran into his father, and Matt's father already knew about Gabumon. There was this whole theory that's been made for years that there were other Digidestins before the
Oh yeah.
season 1 crew, and I really would love to know what crew was that, and like is Matt's father a former Digidestin or something like that?
I'm pretty sure Matt's father probably saw Goblin on the news with Matt in first place, but that's something to delve into
But
in
to
another
know the
video.
full name and all, and act so casual about it.
I'm pretty sure they addressed that in the show. I can't remember because so many years ago I watched that, but we'll have to look up that one later. It's something I can't really
And then
confirm right
the
now.
second one for sure. Like how Adventure 2 pretty much every Digidestin got together with someone and had a kid. I wanted them to possibly answer who, well, not answer, but at least give a hint of who's gonna end up with who.
Yeah, but I mean, they might do
It,
that into this one. Like, for all we know, Sork, could obviously Sora
no,
might
but for
probably
sure,
gonna go with Matt.
yeah, like she definitely got with them. They got married.
Yeah,
It's that's completely confirmed, but it's like who did Kari go with? Who did TK?
didn't
Who did Davis go with?
didn't they show Kari with Davis at the end of season two?
No, like there's always hints between her, TK, and Davis. Like they never really confirmed who got with who.
Yeah,
But like I'm pretty sure some drama CDs were made to more focus on the romance side, that undone episodes in the form of audio.
yeah.
Or
One thing that I do want to see though is they should, since we have a whole new season for the first cast, give all the other Digestins besides Ty and Matt, give them
the
their
ultimate
mega forms.
forms.
Come
Yeah,
on.
the mega no, I mean, the mega forms. Yeah, say that again.
Yeah, give them their megas because I believe I can't remember what exactly. But I know Kabuterimon has a real badass mega form, and I want to see them all go to the megas. And I know let me see. I'm pretty sure what's Mimi's Digimon?
Is it Rosemont? Like
No,
that's
Palmon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rosemon is the final evolution of Palmon. So I
like
actually want to see them do that.
like I said before in the past. Like they had because constraints to the budget and they couldn't do it. But now this is way later on. The series has been established, and they've already been shown in the games.
So yeah, to
The
be able to go
Digidestined to
that
actually have those mega forms. So
exactly.
it's
So at least
like
touch
just
upon
give
them
it
in
to us. Give
this.
us that fan service already. Like let
Yeah.
everyone else go mega.
Hey guys, quick edit I'm gonna throw in there. Frank and I actually rewatched the first few minutes of the first episode of Try after we recorded this, and we just realized that if you pay attention, which we didn't, you can actually see all of the Adventure 2 characters basically Davis, Yoli, Cody, and Ken all getting taken down in the digital world, probably by Alphamon, which actually got us really hyped, which means they are going to play a part into this story, which is something that really, was on our mind, from what we said in this video. So now that we realize that, it kind of changed our opinions a little bit, but for the most part, everything else in the video stays true. Alright, thanks for listening. Alright, but yeah, I believe that's pretty much everything we covered on this pretty long video there. We're talking about 4 episodes, so there was a lot to cover on here, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget, I'll put the link in the description to Frank the Blockbuster guy's channel there. He's actually going to post another discussion video we're going to have in a bit there, so you guys can catch that. It's going to be about Nintendo, their directs, and how they take their remakes, things like that. So definitely be sure to catch that, guys. You want to tell them anything else where they can catch you?
Oh, if you want to look at my channel is it's Blockbuster guy.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to find.
Yeah, it'd be pretty easy. If not, I'm putting a link on this video anyway. Don't forget to shatter that like button, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, if you guys want to discuss anything else about Digimon in the comments, and have a nice day.
Catch ya.